Lesson 7.4, page number 523, sales tax and commission. Now when we've been dealing with these what is something percent of, where we had is being equal and of being multiplication, one of the things that maybe you caught as you were doing some of these problems is our percentage always goes with our total amount, and that will always give us a number smaller than the total amount, of course, unless the percentage here is greater than 100. But in most cases, the total will be a larger number than what we end up with. And as you're looking at some of these story problems in lesson 7.4, keep that in mind. Your percent and your total are multiplied together in all the situations we're going to deal with. So that should help you to be able to figure out where to put the numbers. So in example 1 on page 523, it says we've got a sales tax in Mississippi of 6%. So we've got 6% sales tax in Mississippi. The price of a refrigerator is $550. How much sales tax must be paid? Well, the total price again is $550, so we're going to put that with the sales or with the tax rate, and that will be multiplied and give us the answer. So remember, we have to change the 6% to a decimal always, and we end up with tax of $33. So all we did was multiply the price of the refrigerator times the percent. Which brings us to example 2. And example 2 says we've got a sales tax rate of 4%. If the sales tax on a 10-speed bicycle is $5.44. Alright, that's not how much we paid. That's how much we paid in taxes. They're asking what is the purchase price. So obviously the purchase price is going to be bigger than the tax. So we're going to put the total price of the bike with our percent. So that's the total price. We don't know. But our other number, remember we're given two numbers and they got to go somewhere, and our variable goes as the third number. $5.44 is our another number they gave us there. So 4% of the total price is $5.44. So 0.04 times x equals 5.44. Divide both sides by 0.04. Those cancel. So 5.44 divided by 0.04 is 136. Alright, so $136 is how much we paid for this bike. Alright, next question though. If you look at the problem, it says not only what is the purchase price, but it says what is the total price of the bike. Total price and purchase price are two different things. Purchase price, $136. The total price, how much money you have to hand over, is the purchase price plus the taxes. So you're going to have to remember to add those up in order to get how much money you're going to have to fork over for this 10-speed bike. Okay, so it's not just the price of the bike, it's the tax included, added to that. Alright, example 3, page 524. And it says, suppose the purchase price of a stereo system is $396. So that's how much you paid for the stereos, $396. Sales tax is $19.80. They want to know what the sales tax rate is. What is the percentage of the sales tax? Well, if you remember, I said the percent always goes with the total amount that you paid. Okay, and then your other number just goes wherever there's a space there. You're always going to have blank times blank equals blank. And it's just knowing where to put those three parts. So, x times 396 equals 19.8. Divide by 396, divide by 396 to get rid of that. So 19.8 divided by 396 is going to give us 0.05. That's not the answer though, because remember we've got to change it back to a percent, so we get 5% as far as our total tax for that stereo system. Alright, let's look at example 4 having to do with commission, because lots of people work on a commission basis, which means that their earnings are a percent of the amount that they sell. So if you sell cars or if you sell houses, you're working on a commission where you make a certain percent on what you sell. So example 4 says we've got this real estate agent that makes 3% off every house that she sells. Well, she just sold this house for $289,500. So we're trying to figure out how much money she's going to make off of that. Again, remember, the percent goes with the total number. So it's real easy to set this up, and then our X is how much money she makes. Change this to 0.03, multiply by 289,500, and you're done, and you get the answer that the book says of $8,685. But let's say we've got our car salesman in example 5, and his rate is 12%. That's why they want to sell a car so bad. If the commission on one of the cars is $1,836, what's the purchase price? Purchase price is the total price, so we're going to put that with our percent. And the other number, 1,836, is going to go there. Remember, change that to a decimal. Divide. 1836 divided by 12 gives me a total price for the car of $15,300. Alright, last one we'll look at is example number 6 on the top of page number 525, talking about a dining room table here, and the commission is $600. Or no, I'm sorry, the commission on a $600 dining room table is $90. So the $600 is how much she's paying. So we put that with our percentage, and then our number that's left over goes in the only leftover space. So what we're looking for is the commission rate. So again, X times 600 equals 90. Divide by 600. Those will cancel then. 90 divided by 600 will give us a decimal that we will eventually have to change to a percent. Move the decimal place over to, and we get 15%. Alright, so the problems that you're given in the homework, very, very similar. You remember the tips that I gave you as far as doing these, and that was there's going to be 3 parts to every one of these. A line, space, time sign, space, equal sign, space. You need to figure out where the 2 numbers they give you in the problem go. The third space is your variable, your X. This number will always be the total. How much the object was, how much it sold for, the purchase price, whatever. So if you looked at like number 4 on page 527, suppose the sales tax rate in Hawaii was 4%. If you just put that first, you're pretty much good to go. How much tax is charged on a new car if the price was $16,400? Well, the total price was $16,400. Alright, let's say you look at number 8. There, here, equals line. Purchase price on a bottle of California wine is $24. Put the purchase price right there. Sales tax, $150. Rate. Okay? Look at number 14. An appliance salesperson gets 9% commission on all the appliances. What is the price of a refrigerator? There's where the total price goes. They haven't given us. If our commission is $67.50. So see how easy that is. Percent goes first, total price goes there, and the other number goes there if there is another number. So we have spaces kind of all over the place. One here, one here, one here. Different places you put the variable. But you solve it the same way. Line, time sign, line equals line. So not too much trouble there in the problems.